Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we will present to you one of our studies regarding the customer satisfaction in using digital banking among Usim students. Before we go further, let me introduce myself first and other researchers. My name is Nurul Imani Binti and my matric number is 1190823. Next is Nayli Binti Azmi 1190793. Syakirah Binti Anas 1190812, Suraya Adnin Binti Mutalib 1190856, and the last one is Zawani Zahirah Binti Nasri 1190872.
Introduction to this research, according to Bad Abdullah and others, digital banking is one of the results of banking development which can be defined as an e-commerce application that is delivered by a financial institution or bank that allow its users to conduct financial transactions remotely by adopting a mobile device. And according to Guru and others, on 1st June 2000, Malaysia Central Bank, which is Bank Negara Malaysia, BNM, implemented the legal framework by allowing the local commercial banks to provide online banking services to their customers. The statement is supported by the report of Digital 2022. Based on the report of Digital 2022, the number of internet users in Malaysia is 29.55 million of the total population, which is 32.98 million in January 2022. It is equivalent to 89.6% of the total population. Meanwhile, the remaining percentage is non-internet users who choose to remain offline. These figures reveal that 3.43 million or 10.4% of the total population are non-internet users. That shows that the development of technology, especially the internet, has occurred rapidly and integrated into daily life among Malaysian people. As the number of internet users increase gradually by year to year, most people start to adopt to digital banking systems. Of digital banking. Digital banking is a digitalization of products and services such as transfer of funds, mobile banking, cash withdrawals, bill payments, and obtaining bank statements, which can be done by using the internet through the bank's website and application. For example, Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad (BIMB), which is the first Islamic bank in Malaysia, was established in 1983 and provides online banking services in Malaysia by creating its portal at www.bankislam.biz. This service is popular and widely used by Malaysians, especially university students. Therefore, this digital banking can facilitate the customer by substitute the bank's physical presence with an everlasting online presence which can eliminate a consumer needs to visit a branch. It allows customers to review their banking activities such as obtain bank statements and monitor the deposit balance to prevent any potential error in transaction at their convenience. An individual customer or corporate customers such as business owners can access their banking activities and previous bank transactions easily as long as they have an internet connection in their surrounding with unlimited time of access to the system. Other than that, online banking also helps to reduce business operating costs as customers can conduct a transaction using digital banking facilities at their place. Besides of the advantages of digital banking, there are also some challenges in digital banking such as internet fraud cases, technology and service disruptions, and bad quality of customer service. Banks also can be attacked by hackers and security issues that will lead to potential loss for the bank. Once the disclosure of information happens, customer may lose confidence in the digital banking system. Therefore, the bank needs to prepare some plans to reduce the risk and overcome the challenge, such as providing a risk management plan in applying a digital banking system. Problem statement. Although the growth of digital banking in Malaysia has shown an increasing trend, the adoption of digital banking, especially regarding customer satisfaction, especially among Usim students, need to be considered. This leads to several issues, for example, in determining the level of satisfaction among Usim students on digital banking and how far the importance of digital banking towards Usim students, which will be investigated and taken into account in this study. Research question, there are some research questions that can be considered in this study, such as first, how much satisfaction and confidence level among Usim students in digital banking services. Second, what are the most preferred elements by Usim students in digital banking services in Malaysia? And third, what is the importance of digital banking in Malaysia in recent days for Usim students?
Okay, now that we move to the next part, which is a research objective. So based on the title of the study, which is the customer satisfaction in using digital banking among using students, so some research objective can be specified as general and specific objective. So the general objective of this study is to measure the level of customer satisfaction in using digital banking among using students. Meanwhile, for the specific objective can be divided to the three objectives, which is the first one is to determine the elements that most preferred by using student in digital banking services. Second one is to verify the importance of digital banking services for using student in their daily life, and the third one is to ascertain more function of digital banking services in Malaysia. Okay, now we will continue to the next part, which is a significance of research. So the study that have been raised among digital banking users has necessitated the conduct of the study. So this research could benefit the product development department and also the executive of the banks, especially whereby they can use the result of the study to find a solution and also make some recommendation to embrace the use of digital banking. Therefore, it is necessary to resolve the gaps between digital banking and also customer satisfaction. For the scope, the study deal with the customer satisfaction in using digital banking services, which conducted among the using students. So the descriptive method have been used in the study, and the data gathered through questionnaire that blast through the online platform. So the customer satisfaction will be measured through the satisfaction in using the current digital banking services that offered by the bank. So the study also face to some limitations, such as the time constraint. So the limited time in this data collection process to reach our sample size make it some difficult for us in focusing on the process of analyzing the data.
I will continue with the literature review. For this part, there are few sections. According to Sibanda 2014, digital banking is the digitizations or moving online of all the traditional banking activities and programs that historically were only available to customers when physically inside of a bank branch, which include activities like money deposit, withdrawal and transfer, checking or saving account management, bill payment and account services. There are several digital banking scope, such as electronic banking service via digital device, example, transactions banking, electronic banking, mobile banking, contactless card, example tap and go, ATM and point of sale, excluding PayPal using by intermediaries to interface with banks. Next is customer satisfaction. According to Oliver 1980, the feelings of satisfaction begin to emerge when customers compare their impressions of a real product or service with their expectations or desires. Digital transformation, such as digital banking, made customer life easier, and thus it led to improved customer satisfaction. For example, digital banking is expected to provide a convenient, easy, and secure way of carrying out banking services from the comfort of customers' home anytime from their personal computer or laptop and using the bank's mobile app on smartphone or tablet. This increases the speed of completing tasks. Next, I will continue with the customer satisfaction and digital banking service. According to Ground Rules 1998, there is a steady and positive relationship that gathers both the digital banking service quality and customer satisfaction. There are a few factors that affect customer satisfaction toward digital banking service. The first one is security. According to DZ and Data 2010, security is a form of assurance that guarantees the safety of clients and prevent hackers from breaching their privacy. Besides, Ahmad and Al-Zubi 2011 state that security has a major impact on consumer satisfaction. Then, Holler et al. 2012 said consumer expectations for purchasing a bank's product and service are influenced by a variety of variables, one of which is security. The second one is convenience. Puya 2020 described that perceived ease of use is the driving force of electronic banking because it provides convenience, security, standardized and easy access to banking business through the use of information and communication technologies. Ease of use or user-friendliness is an essential concept in electronic banking since they have a substantial impact on client satisfaction. The third one is accessibility. It has to do with the ease with which customers have access to financial tools, their accounts, ease of making payments from their accounts and access to money available in the accounts using various digital channels. According to Wheelers 2012, it determines whether customer finds the product to be serving their needs when they want it in a way that makes their banking convenient. The last one is efficiency. According to Parasuraman, Zedham and Berry 1985, speed in performing digital banking service is a determining factor of customer satisfaction. Efficiency in terms of quick, speedy service is also confirmed by Words and Better Sense 1999 and Kadim and Mosawi 2013.
Alright, next I will explain about the challenges in digital banking. Although digital banking is very convenient for the customer, nevertheless, some issues have cast doubt on the ability of digital banking. Firstly, technical issue. Digital bank rely so heavily on their online platforms, and this might cause havoc for their customers who will not be able to make payment or complete their transaction while the website is unavailable. For bank customers, a loss of currency or data as a result of a crash can be highly worrying, and a single technical issue and disruption that causes a bank to be down for a day could cost the bank millions in losses. Next, internet fraud. Internet fraud is quoted as a challenge in digital banking that could affect customer satisfaction, and this is because all transactions in digital banking are carried out online. So this is really risky and dangerous proposition that was quite challenging because internet fraud cases could happen anytime. Cybercriminal only require a few pieces of personal information to access an individual's online banking account and steal their money. With all digital banking and real-time payment, it has helped fraudsters and cybercriminals to flee with the victims' money once they get a hold of what they want. On the other hand, bad quality of customer service also constitutes one of the challenges in digital banking. If a customer becomes a victim of digital bank fraud and wants to seek an explanation for the security of the customer service, then suddenly the bank has a really bad customer service. Let's say, from this scenario, we can say that poor customer service could give customers a bad experience in digital banking, and the bank could face reputational risk. The reputation of a bank is very important to build and maintain trust with the shareholders and the stakeholders. So if customers don't see any rectification on the issue that they have reported, this will leave a bad remark. Thus, the bank would lose public trust and customers won't use what the bank has offered to them anymore. In addition, too many advertisements can also make a customer annoyed with the bank digital apps. Advertisement is normal in today's economy, but if it is too much, it will be unbearable to the consumer. Last but not least, the challenge in digital banking will be the difficulty in accessing banking products. This could happen due to the lack of knowledge to use digital apps, especially old people who know little of the technology and so on. And if someone is somewhere with a poor internet connection, it would take forever to access one banking product to another.
Next is hypothesis development. The objective is to examine what are digital banking service quality factors that positively affects customer satisfaction. There are 4 hypotheses was made. The first one is security has a positive influence on customer satisfaction in digital banking service. The second one is convenience has a positive influence on customer satisfaction in digital banking service. The third one is accessibility has a positive influence on customer satisfaction in digital banking service. And the last one is efficiency has a positive influence on customer satisfaction in digital banking service.
Next, I will continue with the next chapter, which is chapter 3, research method. The research design that we use in this research is descriptive analysis. Descriptive analysis is used to describe the basic features of the data in a study and provide simple summaries about the sample and measure. In addition, based on Mukesh Kumar 2012, descriptive research is one type of research design that answers the question of who, what, when, where, and how of a particular issue or situation. It is helpful in describing the dataset when using descriptive analysis, as it allows us to present them in a more comprehensive and simpler interpretation of the data. Also, the data can be interpreted using a mix of graph, charts, table, and also statistical analysis such as the result summary. In this research, there are 3 demographic questions which consist of gender, age, and also education. The interpretation is presented based on the pie chart and graph, including the calculation of mean, median, the largest frequency, and also standard deviation. Moreover, the other questions also be described in pie chart and graph, followed by the calculation of average, median, largest frequency, and also standard deviation. Then we move to the next part, which is the sampling technique. The sampling technique that we use in this research is based on the simple random sampling, whereby every person in the population has the same chance of being chosen. Besides that, we also refer to the Craig and Morgan sample size, and with the population size of approximately 10,000 students, therefore we could have a sample size of 370 respondents. Next, we move to the next part, which is the data collection. The data for this study were gathered from both primary and secondary sources. The primary data is collected from questionnaire distribution to the 370 sample respondents, whereby the secondary data is collected by analyzing and reading articles from the past researches. Also, quantitative data was collected using large-scale survey research methods, specifically questionnaires. The results then will be fed into a statistical multiple linear regression, descriptive analysis, and t-test formula that we made on SPSS and also Microsoft Excel.
Next, I will briefly explain the result of the studies. For response rate, the number of questionnaire distributed was 370. Fortunately, 373 were filled and returned back, bringing the response rate higher than expected and was considered as adequate and good enough. Next is demographic profile of the respondent, which cover the gender, age, and education. The percentage of female respondents, 64.9%, is higher than male respondents, 35.1%. The majority of respondents are aged between 21 to 23 years, which is 74%, while 20.9% are 18 to 20 years old, and the remainder is 5.1% are 24 to 26 years old. The respondents are primarily undergraduate students, which is 77.2%. Meanwhile, the remainder is 22.8% are Tamhidi students. Next, we would like to measure whether the respondent like or not in using the digital banking. The result indicates that the majority of the respondents like to use the digital banking, which is 99.5%, equal to 371, of respondents. Meanwhile, only 2, which is 0.5%, do not like to use the digital banking.
Okay, the next analyze is on the type of services that commonly used in digital banking services. So based on the table, it was revealed that majorities of our respondents use digital banking to carry out fund transfer either to their own parties or also to the third party account. That indicates of 62%. Others were of the opinion that they were using the digital banking services for bill payment, which is 19%, while those who were of the view that they were using digital banking for the transaction record monitoring had 11%, and only 8% of our respondents choose to use digital banking for cash withdrawal. For the frequency in using digital banking, we can see that the highest percentage of 48.8% reveal that respondents moderately use digital banking services to fulfill their desire or needs. Further, it was indicated that 48.3% from the result use digital banking services very often, and only 2.9% only stated that they use digital banking less often. So from the finding, it can be concluded that the majority of the respondents are using digital banking services in high frequency.
Alright, next, I will explain on the hypothesis testing. Multiple linear regression analysis is used to test the hypothesis developed to determine which variable were significant predictors of the outcomes variable, which is customer satisfaction with digital banking. And the dependent variable in this study is the customer satisfaction toward digital banking, which is the variable we want to explain, while the independent variable consists of the security, convenience, accessibility, and efficiency. The hypothesis testing used the result from the regression ANOVA and coefficient calculated from data collected through survey to evaluate and conclude the result of the hypothesis. The summary output of regression statistic in table above shown an R-square value of 0.0519 and 0.0415 of the adjusted R-square, indicating that the independent variables, which are the security, convenience, accessibility, and efficiency, explain 5.2% and 4.15% of the variation in the customer satisfaction respectively. The remaining 94.8% of the variation in the customer satisfaction is explained by other factors. Meanwhile, the results of the ANOVA in table above shows that an F value of 6.7351 and a p-value of 3.0629 are greater than a p-value of 0.05. Therefore, the null hypothesis is not rejected. Next is the result for the coefficients of regression. The coefficients of regression are conducted to decipher whether there is a positive or negative correlation between each independent and dependent variables, and based on the coefficient regression table above, the regression results used to calculate the coefficient of beta and the corresponding t-value as well as p-values are used to test the hypothesis formulated in this study. And the customers are satisfied with digital banking because of its security, convenience, accessibility, and efficiency. Next, I will explain on the result for each hypothesis. The first one is the relationship of security with customer satisfaction. To test this hypothesis, the result of the coefficient regression model as shown tells that the security has a positive impact on customer satisfaction in digital banking with a coefficient of 0.028 and a p-value less than 0.05. Hence, the security has a positive and significant influence on customer satisfaction in digital banking among Usim students. Next, I will explain on the result for each hypothesis. The first one is the relationship of security with customer satisfaction. To test this hypothesis, the result of the coefficient regression model as shown tells that the security has a positive impact on customer satisfaction in digital banking with a coefficient of 0.028 and a p-value less than 0.05. Hence, the security has a positive and significant influence on the customer satisfaction in digital banking among Usim students. The second hypothesis would be the relationship of convenience with the customer satisfaction. Convenience has a negative influence on customer satisfaction in digital banking with a coefficient of 0.00717 and a p-value more than 0.05. Hence, the convenience has a negative and insignificant influence on customer satisfaction in digital banking among Muslim students. This would be the relationship of accessibility with customer satisfaction. Accessibility has a positive impact on customer satisfaction in digital banking, and it becomes the baseline for all the independent variable, meaning that the dependent variable will be amounted to the value of the intercept if independent variables are 0 and the p-value less than 0.05. Hence, the accessibility has positive and significant influence on customer satisfaction in digital banking among Muslim students. The relationship of efficiency with customer satisfaction. Efficiency has a negative influence on customer satisfaction in digital banking with a coefficient of negative 0.0322 and a p-value more than 0.05 to be exact. Hence, the efficiency has a negative and insignificant influence on customer satisfaction in digital banking among Muslim students because it is not supported by the data. Overall, the hypothesis of H1A and H1C are supported, while the hypothesis of H1B and H1D is rejected.
Last but not least, the analysis on the factors reluctant in using digital banking. It was revealed that the majority side, as represented on the table, by 28.95%, that they had faced challenges in accessing the banking product. So this show that the majority factor are reluctance in using digital banking among Usim students due to challenges in accessing the banking product. In addition, 24.13% cite as bad quality customer services, while 21.45% due to too many ads. Lastly, the least factor that are reluctance in using digital banking was cited as internet fraud cases.
Now we have come to the last part of this presentation, which is the conclusion. As a conclusion, from the finding that we have found, the security and accessibility have a significant impact on customer satisfaction when using digital banking. Therefore, it implies that these two factors are the most important concerns of customers when using digital banking. Therefore, the banks should tighten security in functions such as improving digital security and also the verification method. Besides that, the other two factors, which are convenience and efficiency, shows a negative correlation with the customer satisfaction in using digital banking services. Nevertheless, these two factors cannot be negligence because previous research found that they were also important factor in influencing customer satisfaction when using digital banking. Besides that, the findings also shows that difficulties in accessing banking products are the primary reason for customers reluctant in using digital banking. Therefore, we hope that with this research will assist banks in better understanding their customers' satisfaction with their products and service that they provided. Okay, last but not least, we also provide a suggestion topics for further study to be conducted, such as a study on the impact of fintech in banking institution with customer satisfaction. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.